Guess what? Guess what? Guess what, gorgeous human beings? The Embody Pursuit tribe is growing at the rate that God has ordained, I guess you could say. It feels cheesy saying that. But, in God's timing, it has grown to 10,000 subscribers. We are at 10,000 subscribers. And this is a perfect time for the word that I have for y'all today. This has to do with our complete transformative mindset month with identity shifting. We are still knocking down the identity shifting piece, and we are diving deep into it. And just bear with me. I'm going to be driving for about 20 minutes safely, not going to be touching the phone or scrolling on the phone or trying to hold the phone or anything like that. So I am driving safely according to protocol. Hello. Oh, thank you. Okay, so, all right. This is a perfect time for this, literally. So when I saw the 10,000 subscribers, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So I have like 40,000 followers on TikTok and like, I think 18,000 followers on Instagram. And then on my caregiving account, I have 16,000 followers. So someone might say, you know what, Ciana, like you have followers, like you've 10,000. Why is this one such a big deal? It's a completely different ball game. When you build a community, I'm not building followers over here in the Embody Pursuit tribe, the Embody Pursuit family. How I view this is a virtual, like, let's link arms and figure out life together. On my other platforms, just like most of us, when we got on to social media, it was like, ooh, let's get followers. Like, it was kind of like a game in an interesting way. My YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, getting to 10,000 subscribers has like 2% to do with me. Like, God is just literally using my arms and my fingers and my voice to help me practice motivating and inspiring other people. So as I'm growing in my gifts, hopefully the purpose of it all is to land on someone else to ignite their gifts or to continue to grow in their gifts, right? Because as I've been seeing your guys' channels, you guys have excellent information. You guys have, some of you guys have great edited videos. Some of you guys have amazing messages that you're spreading. I'm just like, it's not even about like who you know or clout or does the algorithm hate me. It's just a matter of timing. That's it. Because a lot of you guys got the juice. Like, I've been watching your guys' channels and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was such a good message. Or, oh my gosh, that was so creative. Or, oh my gosh, how cool was that art? Like, because the thing is, we get so stuck in the bigger YouTubers, like the big daddy YouTubers, the 1 million and above, 2 million and above. And it does kind of get redundant, right? So it's been like so fun and such a blessing for me to connect with other people, other human beings that are just as talented. It's just like maybe just your neighborhood knows you, or just the people you went to college with, or just like your coworkers, right? So it seems like it's not a big deal, but that's a big deal. Like, you are making an impact. Like, if you have 16 subscribers, 16 human beings that do not know you, did not go to school with you, are not a part of your family, subscribe to you, you're a stranger essentially, and you made enough of an impact to connect with them. So this is what I think is so cool about it, is that, okay, this has to do with identity shifting. I wouldn't have known what to do with 10,000 partners, 10,000 teammates, 10,000 tribe members. 10,000 followers is different, right? You're just following me. You're kind of just following my life, right? But having 10,000 teammates, 10,000 people linked together, like, let's figure out how to lose weight. Let's figure out how to get better at nutrition. Let's get better at our habits together. Let's exchange information. That's a different ball game. So like, I had to grow into that. I had to grow into shifting into somebody that had the maturity, the mindset, the belief in myself to even hold space for people that need help, right? I had to mature and get better at areas of my own personal life. Because if I'm going to sit here and encourage and motivate and inspire other people to get healthy, and I'm over here not living a healthy lifestyle, right? And falling into all these different vices, how is that going to benefit another human being that really needs the help? Like, they really need to get the confidence. They really need to get out of their anxiety. They really need to shake out of their stress or learn stress management, because we're never actually going to get rid of the stress, to be honest. Welcome to life. Welcome to real life. But stress management tactics, right? So all these different things, I had to shift into the identity of somebody that is embodied in that. I can't teach it. I can't train. I can't mentor if I'm not that. So if we're on this identity shifting whole series this whole month, we're really hitting identity shifting from different angles. So I love that the 10,000 subscribers hit during this month, because it has a lot to do with even your own personal health goals, nutrition goals, fitness goals. You may see something, you may see yourself having this particular body, or you may see yourself having like just the nutrition of your dreams, but it's like almost like you get this overwhelming amount of anxiety because you haven't grown into it yet. It's a little, you stretch the container too big. So when you see that, so for example, let's just use the subscriber count. When I had 6 subscribers for like 3 years straight, like I would like laugh, actually. I was like, you know what? These 6 people are holding on strong. Like, you know, I had 6 human beings for the longest time. And, but I saw the 10,000, right? I see 100,000. I see even bigger than that, right? But I didn't have the consciousness at the time to hold 10,000 subscribers, right? So now that I have 10,000 subscribers, I'm not surprised about it, because I have grown, like my expansion, my ability, my embodiment has grown to be able to have enough wherewithal to, now I know that all 10,000 subscribers are not watching every single one of my lives, every single one of my videos. Sometimes people subscribe and never come back. But I was able to like grow this community just enough to be able to gather and collect 10,000 people that are either part of the small nucleus, right? Like the heart, right? So that might be 100 people, right? That are very, very consistent with this channel. But then there's like layers, right? That are like consistent maybe once a week. And then there's the next layer that's like taps in once a month. And then there's the next layer. So that's more so what it's, the reality of what it's like having a virtual online community. But I had to grow into that, right? Like I couldn't have just popped on live, had messages that were hitting people's hearts on my very first live. Yeah, there is some anomalies. There is some people that were just born, literally like God planted it in their, planted the messages in their voice box right when they were born. Most of us have to grow into our gifts, right? And I'm still barely touching the surface with where I'm going, right? So that's what it is with your health journey as well. Like, don't be so hard on yourself or get so caught up in your and get filled with anxiety of like, I gotta do this, I gotta empty out my kitchen. Because sometimes I know I can be intense on these lives where I'm like, you know, if you really want the body of your dreams, if you really want this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to, and then to be honest, it's because all those things come naturally to me because I've been doing it for a while now, right? Now for you, if you are just, maybe you just had a baby 2 years ago and you're getting back into it, or you got out of a really hard breakup and you're just now getting back on your health journey, or, you know, you had a death in the family and you're getting back on your journey. Like there's we're all at different stages. So just literally bask in the joy of just inching closer to the embodiment that you're trying to get to with your health and your fitness, okay? Because it does take time. Things like, there's things that I do now that is as if I'm tying my shoe. Like, you know how we all tie our shoe? You could literally be on a conference call talking to a boss and tie your shoe because you don't really have to like consciously think about it, because we've all done it so many thousands, millions of times at this point, right? So there's some things like that in the health journey that are like that for me. And it may not be like that for you, right? But it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to grow into that. You're supposed to shift into, like, do little 1% shifts into that new identity every single day. Okay? So if you are, like, really this month, I want you to knock out, I want you to do, there's a couple live streams back, like I believe 2 or 3 live streams back, where I have you do this little, like, exercise where you write some things down. So watch that live, do that exercise. And then what I want you to do today is look at the number one thing that's holding you back. The number one thing that's holding you back from being, like, breaking out of this, like, standstill that you might have with your journey. Now, maybe you might be on a good trajectory and you're like, you know what, Ciana, I'm good. Like, I don't need to, nothing's really holding me back. It's just a matter of time. Then where can you tighten up? Where can you dial in a little bit more? Where can you, just kind of, like, perfect a little bit, right? Maybe getting up a little earlier, maybe being a little bit more neater, right? Maybe being a little bit more organized, maybe just fine tuning your time management a little bit better to get a little bit higher results, right? Maybe, you know, meal prepping, right? Maybe you, like, can't break out of, like, the last 5 pounds or whatever, because it's like you're kind of eating on the go. Okay, well, maybe let's, this month, starting in January, starting right now, but in January, you'll already be on point meal prepping, right? Like, just for the whole month, just focus on one major shift that's going to kind of bring you right outside of it. So for me, I've talked about this a lot. For me, it's just not eating late. I didn't really have a problem with eating late to begin with, but I'm stopping eating kind of as an experiment. But I'm not eating after 4. So 4 p.m. So it gets dark at 5 in LA. It starts getting dark. So, and then I'm a early bird. So if I don't have a reason to be up, like I'm out at dinner or an event or a celebration or for whatever reason out, I'm in bed by 8 and then hopefully asleep by 9. Okay. So I'm trying to go to bed on a very, very empty feeling stomach. So just by doing that, I kind of, like, started to tap into some fat reserves that were there that my body can actually touch and burn for energy, because I actually, you know, I'm not going to bed, like, eating 2 hours before I go to sleep is fine, but not eating 4 hours before I go to sleep, 5 hours before I go to sleep, I give my body even more of a fighting chance to knock out some of these you know, burn some of the fat, right? And by the way, I didn't know this until about a couple years ago, but you don't burn fat. Like, you don't, like fat cells don't burn away. They shrink. They, like, expand and they shrink, right? So a lot, you know, if you have some areas on your body where the fat cells are bigger, then, you know, you're going to have to do some extra things to tap into it. That part is genetic. Like, where you store your fat is definitely going to be different for all of us. But how we shrink the fat, how we, you know, burn it, but technically shrinking, how we shrink the fat is going to be similar for most of us, right? Zone 2 cardio, our eating is huge, right? So for me, I didn't really change a lot of how I ate this month. I just shifted my eating window to a lot earlier, and I randomly lost 3 to 4 pounds because I'm trying to do a body recomposition. That's where I'm at now, more so like turning fat into muscle, right? And during this, and this is kind of like a very slow, challenging process, because I'm 136.6 pounds. I'm 5'7", right? So I'm healthy. Like, I'm, you know, a doctor would be like, you're fine. So, but because I'm so close, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I challenge myself? You know, I have no kids. I'm not married yet. To God be the glory. God's timing with that. But so it's like, I do have the time to, like, go after this challenge, right? So why not do it, right? So I'm just doing these small little tweaks, and because I have to do that, right? Like, so if you're, like, at this brink where you're down to your last 15 pounds, you're down to your last 17 pounds, and you kind of keep hovering there, you're going to have to do something a little bit, like you're going to have to stretch into a new identity. Like you're going to have to expand your container a little bit, right? If you actually want to get to the next level. So for me, is it fun really not eating after 4? No. You know, like, because before I was eating lighter, and, you know, I would enjoy kind of like unwinding my day and having a smaller dinner. So now I'm unwinding my day with like vegetable broth or like tea or water. That's it. Right? So I can have endless water, endless tea with no sugar or anything like that in it. Not even honey. I can have honey in the beginning of the day because I'm trying to like tap into like that next layer that is just stubborn. Like a lot of people, you know, you might be having the same issue as me, where it's just like, it just seems like that last stubborn bit like won't go anywhere, and you're gonna have to really switch it up and do something uncomfortable to get there. And that's just with life, right? Like we all have to do something a little bit uncomfortable to actually stretch into the next level, right? So the 10,000 subscribers, hitting it today is, and another thing I want to say about it too, with the 10,000 subscribers, is I truly view this channel as a collection of amazing people just trying to figure life out. Like, this is not about Ciana. Oh, because I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. I really, really do. Like when people are like, oh my gosh, you know, you're amazing, or, you know, I'm so happy for you. Congrats. We're all here to support. And I know that there probably is a few people that absolutely don't need my information, absolutely are ahead of me in areas of what I talk about, or have more credentials, are smarter than, more intelligent than me in certain areas with what I talk about, and are just here to just only support me. And I really appreciate that. But the vast majority of people, about 95% that are subscribed, it's because you are nailing it at life. Like I have a self-development channel. This is not a come and exalt Ciana channel. This is not a come and everybody watch me grow into amazingness. Like this, it's no. I am just the steward of a community, and God's using my fingers to collect people together. Like, for example, when some of you guys found me from that one video that's still trending on my page, what literally pours and ignites into my soul is when I've been seeing people say, wow, this comment section is motivating. Not me, not Ciana, wow, Ciana, this comment section got me going today. Because there's like over like 1,000, 1,200, like I think it's like closer to 1,200 now, comments of people talking about their journeys. That's why I have this channel. Like it's not to exalt Ciana or for Ciana to like be the queen of the universe, right? So I do appreciate those comments that are kind of in that realm. I really do. But like it's more of a when you're saying congrats to me, you should be saying congrats to yourself, because you went online and you watched content that is helping you get to the next level. Like, you subscribed for you didn't subscribe for me, right? Like, if you found me because of, I was talking about nutrition one day, you were seeking out that information to better your life, not to better my life, right? So the 10,000 subscribers has very little to do with me. I really mean that. It has very little to do with me. Now, on the other platforms, you know, Instagram, TikTok, all those pages, you know, the name of the game was to get followers, right? When it first started, right? So my heart and soul is over here. All those other platforms are just for fun and just for kind of extra social proof to show that I'm a real person. I'm not like a bot or whatever. You know, there's real people I went to college with following me back. Like, you know, real people I went to high school with that I still stay in touch with, real, you know, family members, all that. It's just kind of show diversity. But over here is where the heart and the soul is for me. And so I do appreciate each and every one of you that actually took the time to just listen, even though I'm in my car, even though the audio is not always super on point. Even though when I'm driving sometimes, you know, the service goes in and out, right? Because I'm meeting myself where I'm at, and I want you to do this for you too. Like, meet yourself where you're at. If you want to start the YouTube channel, if you want to start the business, if you want to get on your body goals, get on your nutrition goals, get on your mindset goals, get better habits, don't try to jump to 100 or jump to 170, level 170. Just meet yourself where you're at. If you're at level 4, just work on going to level 4.2. Like, that's all it is. And then once you start embodying every single like step, like compounded small steps, it starts exponentially growing. Like, that's just how it works. It's kind of like how there's a seed, right? Like, there's a seed and you plant the seed into the ground, and it's just kind of sitting there. It's perceived that it's just sitting there not doing anything. Like, when you look at it on the outside, it's like, okay, it's under the soil. Like, 2 weeks have gone by and it's just still under the soil, right? But what's happening is, under the soil, there's like these micro growth like stages that are happening, these little tiny micro growth stages. And then all of a sudden one day you see it, boop, like you see it sprout from the top of the soil. And then all of a sudden it, like, you blink and all of a sudden it's like it has a whole stem and leaves, and then you blink again and it's like has like a flower, and then all of a sudden you blink again and it has 5 flowers, right? So it's like that. Like, that's how it is with us as well. Like, just be okay with the micro movements, like the micro changes, the small micro habits. Like, if you're, you know, if it's just about folding your laundry all month, you're better at folding your laundry and putting it away. All month you're better at putting the dishes away. All month you're better at tidying up and cleaning up after yourself. All month you are drinking water. Maybe you eat the same, but you like, December, you're locking in. You are shifting into the identity of somebody that drinks water all the time, right? Like, boom, I have my water right now. Okay, so all those micro things. And then now I do, like, sometimes when people ask me questions and I have like 17 different answers for them, they're like their mouth is open and I'm like, did I say something wrong? And they're like, how do you do all that? And I have to remember, I'm so embodied with them, like with it. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I go to the sauna, and then I also have a steam room, or I also have a at-home steamer, and then, oh, I also do microneedling on my face, and then I also drink green juices, and then I also, every single morning, I wake up and I have my lemon water, and then I also put coconut oil in my water every morning, and then at night I have turmeric, and in my turmeric milks, I have almond milk, and I also make my own almond milk. And then, oh yeah, I work out 5 times a week, and then when I'm spouting it off, they're just like, but I had to grow into that. Remember I told you in my last maybe 6 live streams ago how I was a professional dancer. I didn't know what health was. I didn't know what going to the gym was. I just was a teenager and a young person in their early 20s that did not have to pay attention to health, water. I don't think I drank water in college. Like, I'm like literally not kidding. I don't remember drinking any water. I think I lived off of soda, Mountain Dew. Like, I worked at a restaurant, so I was always like taking these like little shots that we had, like they're like little cups, and we would just, you know, to get like through the shift, because they did like a 9-hour shift, I would take hits of Coca-Cola and Mountain Dew and root beer all the time. I worked at a restaurant, so I had fries and chicken wings. I ate meat at the time. Fried chicken strips, fried chicken all the time with French fries and cheese dip. Oh my God, the cheese dip was so, oh my gosh. I haven't had cheese dip in years. That cheese dip was so fire. Oh, and it was curly fries too. So I lived off of Taco Bell. I didn't know how to lift a weight. I got, like, literally in high school, you know how there's PE or whatever? So I was a cheerleader, so I didn't, and I was already fit. So PE was annoying to me. I didn't want to like do PE. I didn't want to do any of the sports. I just loved to dance and do cheerleading. So every month there was like a different type of PE focus, like whether it was like track, whether it was like, I remember there was a weight training time period. It's so funny what I've developed into now. I hated it. I was like, what is a upright row? Like a hip thrust? Like, why do humans lift up weights for fun? Like, I don't need to do this. Like, and I'm looking in the mirror in the class, like, I'm fun. Like, I have natural, like, what? I have muscle. I don't want to do this. And like so finally there was like a group of us cheerleaders in the weight training class. And the PE instructor was so frustrated with us. He was just like, every time we would get to this section, we would just go, we were allowed to just go walk around the track and talk. Okay, you just had to move your body for that time, because he was so annoyed with us complaining about lifting weights. Okay, now I lift weights all the time, right? So I didn't understand why weight training was important. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was a waste of time. And I thought it was torture, actually. I was like, why would somebody lift these things? Like, it didn't make any sense. Now I'm like, let's get better. Let's get more progressive overload. You know what I mean? So you grow, you evolve, you get more, knowledge, right? So I had to grow into that. I had to grow into nutrition. Okay. I got smacked in the face with 30 pounds. Smacked in the face with 30 pounds in my late 20s. All kind of confidence issues rushed over me. All kind of insecurities rushed over me. All kind of stress. All kind of terrible eating, bad habit, like all that. I had to grow into it. So now, headed for 40, literally, 40s, I'm looking at it. Like, I'm like, okay, there you are. Like, okay. Now, I'm so embodied with the 100 steps that I list off to people, but that didn't happen overnight. So again, identity shifting, it takes time. It takes those micro little growth moments, right? And that's what happened on this channel. So if you are, in my opinion, growing a YouTube channel is self-development. It is the perfect recipe, the perfect tool to practice your self-development. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you patience. It teaches you being humble. You will get humbled really quick for many reasons, right? You're thinking you're hitting with a message. You're like, ooh, I'm hitting. Like, woo, this is about to land. This is about to be the message of a lifetime. This is a sermon. Like, I'm about to just blaze everybody. I'm just about to light everybody up with this. Two views, 3 views. Maybe 6 months later, you got 17 views. You lit up 17 people, which is important, by the way. You don't know the impact that you made on those 17 people over the course of 6 months, okay? So you will get humbled real quick. So it teaches you that. It teaches you to still push forward when you're not getting all of this praise, when you're not getting exalted, when you're not getting bowed down to, like, you're so amazing, your messages are amazing. You're gonna either you're gonna pour your heart out, and the only response you might get back is a troll telling you that you're ugly. So if you can just keep powering through, you end up building this amazing emotional intelligence. It's a powerful tool to help you with your emotional intelligence. Do you guys know how many times I want to pop off on trolls? Like, pretty much every time I want to actually do what I would do in real person, like in real life. If someone were to come up to me in the grocery store and say some of the things that trolls say to me, what I actually would do and how I would actually be, like, in my very angry state, there's one side of me that automatically those bells and whistles and triggers go off, but then I'm able to still either crack a joke with it or just stay stoic with it, or just completely ignore. But that you grow into that as well, right? So you think of, like, the president, like, any president, it doesn't matter the president, but any president, the amount of hate that they get, and they still have to travel around to different cities and different states and just be in this stoic, they have to maintain some type of leveled emotional intelligence. So we're all going through a different version of that when we're growing our YouTube channels. Okay. So it is like, this is the perfect self-development like tactic or strategy to build on YouTube, like for real. So if anything, like when I'm clicking on some of your guys' channels and reading your guys' comments from that other video, I know people are ready to give up. I know people are ready to throw in the towel. I know people think it's ridiculous. And I will say this, it is ridiculous to only do it for money. That part is ridiculous. If you are only doing this to only do it for money, number one, you don't get paid that much. You don't. Now you might hit, like you might see people where they post like, okay, they had a $10,000 a month from AdSense, but then you really look at their channel and they have like these beautifully edited videos. They've been in the game for a while. Like you can grow up to that, but if you are expecting to, the average person, if you're expecting to get monetized and then become a millionaire overnight, it just doesn't work like that for 99.9% of people. So you might as well tap into another purpose for this, whether it's you growing in your gifts, you practicing your talent, you know, thinking about it like community service. Like if you're not able to volunteer, like maybe you really have it on your heart to do some kind of volunteer work and you don't have the time, you know, like you just don't have you have kids, you pop up, do a 10-minute live, and that could be your community service. Do a 10-minute live video, right? Just say a word that's on your heart, right? Say a word of encouragement. There's a lot of people right now going through, what is it? I think there's a specific word for it or a specific term, but during the holidays, people get very, very depressed. And I think that the S word happen, like the unaliving happens a lot more during this time of year and season. So, you know, people might just need to hear that someone cares. Like, hey, look, like if you're alone for the holiday season, you are loved, you are wanted, you know, take this time to self-develop. You know, you might be alone or feel comfortable reaching out to people and saying that you need help. Yeah, seasonal depression, right? Stretching into a new identity, a great mantra. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Merry Christmas. Yes, yes, yes. Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you guys for hopping on. I know that there's a lot that goes on. Hallie said 10,000 subscribers and many more to come, God willing. Yes, Hallie. Yep. It's been very fun. Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that before. That's right. Sad. Yes. Yep. Seasonal affective disorder. Like, just if you're like, you know, I'm not getting monetized, I don't know when it'll ever happen, start thinking about this like your service to mankind, right? Your everybody knows something a little bit more than someone. All of you guys know something more than me. That's why, you know, selfishly, like the selfish part of me, I get so many gems from you guys, like different YouTube channels, different books, different topic ideas, skincare ideas. Like I get so much information from you all. So vice versa. Oh, my sister. Hey, my sister's on. Hello, hello. Love you. Right? Where have you been? Why am I just now seeing you? God's timing. You were meant to tap in when you were meant to tap in. Service to mankind. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, just think about it like that and then let God carry the rest. Like, don't feel so overwhelmed, because I know, you know, when I've been clicking on your guys' channels, it's like there's a lot of effort put into the videos, right? And I see almost, I'm almost there. BG the Great, I'm almost, yes, I am almost at the age where there's a 4 in front of it. And I'm excited. I'm excited about it. It's a blessing to be hopefully actually hit the milestone, right? 4 decades on the planet. But I have one more left in me, one more year left. Okay, I'm headed to the last year with the 3 in February. So, and I'm gonna milk that last year too with the 3. I'm gonna milk it out. Little Rock, Arkansas. You know what? My grandfather was born in Little Rock. Shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas. What was a catalyst that steered you in a positive direction in your 20s? It's a good question. You know what's interesting about me? And some people, it gets on their nerves, but my temperature gauge, like I was just born with it. This part I was born with. I didn't have to practice at this. I'm just a joyful person. Like I'm just naturally a positive, joyful person. Now, I've gotten enraged. I've gotten angry. I've punched things. But like then I kind of level like my temperature gauge. Like, you know, when you like set your temperature to like 73, and your atmosphere in your house kind of always will level back out to whatever you put the temperature gauge at. Mine is always kind of at like positive. So when I was knocked out of that, different stresses and occurrences and bad events and horrible moments like happened in my 20s, which is part of life. That's going to happen all the time at different stages, right? Because my natural temperature gauge was joy, it was positivity. I like felt so uncomfortable being in the woe is me, my life sucks, everything's just, oh my God, my world's crumbling down. Like that kind of energy for me is very heavy. Like some people love it. Some people love to be like, they love to like complain, and like they love to like do the repetitive banter and like the trauma bonding with people and just like the gossiping. Like that energy feels so heavy to me. So I don't want to feel heavy, right? I want to feel like light spirited, right? So my body and my brain and my mind just kind of like had to get back to my homeostasis of like being positive. So I would say that everybody has that, but I think that people are numbed out to it because they're so used to trauma bonding, being a victim, loving complaining, like literally getting dopamine hits from complaining instead of like being okay with being uncomfortable to grow. You know what I'm saying? I've been on 3 years now, no views. I want to look at your page. I've been on 3 years now, no views. Ooh, really quickly. You know why? Okay, I'm going to do a whole video on it, but I just want to tell just whoever's on here right now can benefit from this right now. The reason why I keep saying vertical lives, I didn't realize this. These lives are popping up in the shorts section. I thought it was like a whole nother. It's popping up in the shorts section. So you know when you go to shorts right here, okay, there's the normal shorts, like people just doing their normal thing, but then there's people live inside of this. So as people are scrolling, that's a normal video, there's somebody, that's a normal video, a normal video, a normal video. And then you'll come across someone that's like going live. Where's a live? Oh, here, this person is live right now. That's why you need to go, like people are like, well, live doesn't work for my channel. And then I look at their lives and they're going horizontal. If you're in the horizontal mode, you will not pop up in this part. You will not pop up in this part. You got to do this. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're mixing. I didn't realize I just did some research. I was like, that's why it's getting so much exposure. So it's mixed in here. This person is live right now. But then you scroll again. Now this person's not live. It's just a regular shorts. That's the secret sauce right now, you guys. And I don't know how much this is going to, how much longer this is going to work. But you're going to want to get onto this as soon as you can. Okay. Now, okay, I want to go back to, okay, BG the Great. BG the Great. Oh, wait, I put in BG. Okay, here we go. BG, I don't know why it's like not coming up. Is this your channel? Oh, wait, do you mind me showing everybody? Do you mind? Yep. See, you should be excited that I'm going to your page. That's the energy that you should be on. Like, yep, go to my page. Like, yep. See, tap in. If there's any resistance, like, ooh, you're going to my page, there's the answer right there. I'm not saying you're doing that. I did that. I used to do that. I used to be like, when I would tell people I had a YouTube, that's why I kind of stopped. I like kind of wasn't proud about it because I knew I was always in my car and I'm like, the videos aren't edited. I rarely have a lot of makeup on. Like, I'd be like, I have a YouTube channel. No, like that's not, you should be like, yep, I have a YouTube channel. This is what it is, right? So, okay. No lives. There's your answer. There's your answer right there. There's your answer. And on TikTok, I'm at 10,000. I never do it. I monetize there. Okay. So yeah, it starts happening. I think you can stream on TikTok and on YouTube. I don't know if you can go vertical. I don't know because I just haven't tried it. I'm sure you probably can. With like StreamYard or like one of those streaming platforms, you can just do both and just start hitting it from both angles. You know what I mean? Like, or even, and also your Instagram too. Hello, welcome November Rain. Welcome. Boldly Programmed, welcome. So yeah, just do that. That is what happened, and I literally love that I have Hallie on here because Hallie saw it. Like, Hallie is like my social proof right there. Like, and Patrick. I don't think Patrick's on right now, but I literally started going live every day in vertical mode. Super Slave, 615 in the building. What's poppin'? Welcome. Okay. So that's what did it. It's because it's popping up in the shorts feed. It's popping up in the shorts feed. And then, yes, okay. So this is where you gotta be strategic. No, not that one. That's the wrong one. So the shorts feed, it is a different demographic. So that's why there's more trolls. However, you should still just be doing what the topic, like your niches on your channel. And some people won't be interested, but then you might collect people that are interested, right? Like I've gotten a lot of people, that found me from scrolling and finding me on live. And then I was talking about health and fitness and they're like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, okay, I'm going to subscribe. So it's just, it's a great portal to get more exposure. You'll be surprised what people will watch. I went live showing products that I was selling. I never showed my face. Someone bought $100. Yes. Limiting beliefs. Get rid of the limit. I love that. I love that. Like, you never know. Russ bets on Russ. I love that. You just really don't know. I literally, that's like one of my mantras. On my Instagram, it's Ciana Limitless Singh, even though I actually do have a middle name. It's not Limitless, but it's Ciana Limitless Singh because it reminds me every time I start having limiting beliefs, I'm like, nope, like you just never know. You like, sometimes we close our own doors. Like we just we shut we took the door that said limited on it and closed it on ourselves instead of just trying, right? I searched red fingerless gloves and I got this channel. Really? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Did you really? No, you didn't. That's not the right channel, beautiful. Oh, that's not the right channel. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Thank you for correcting me. Why is, okay, hold on. BG the Great. Oh, okay, I see you. Okay, boom. And like you have, okay, so let me see. So if I were to just glance at your page, BG the Great, I see like, I think that's like, is that a car in your, the banner? I believe it's like a side of a car. Profile. My first glance, it just seems like it would be a funny channel. You could not even be doing a funny channel, but if I were to just glance at it, it seems like it would be something kind of funny comedy. But it says lifestyle content, reaction videos, subscribe, okay? It's not a marathon, it's a race. Update, I got pulled over, Dodge Charger, car dealership. I had to get off my chest about my Charger. So it's about cars. You're in your car buying a track. Okay. You might really benefit from doing a lot of these lives because you're doing like showcasing cars and stuff. Like going live and doing this in vertical mode might do, I'm no YouTube expert, but like I feel like people would, like, as they're scrolling and then they would see you talking about like cars. Should I start vlogging? Like this video, this could be a live video that you did. Like also, like do a regular video and do a live video. Like, should I start vlogging? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because like it looks like it could be interesting. Like you're just kind of like, okay, you know, should I start vlog? I mean, I don't want to get a copyright with like your sound, but like you could do this exact thing that you're doing and just go live and get more exposure. So I hope that helps. And if you do it, if you try it, you gotta promise me this. Try it for 21 days before judging it. And then if you do actually try it for 21 days, come back to the tribe, the Embody Pursuit tribe, and let us know how it worked out for you. I have like several people now because they found my page like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month now. They found my page from when I was encouraging people to go live. And they're now coming back and reporting and being like, Ciana, my page literally grew 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers since I started going live 21 days straight. And they're like, I'm going to keep going. Like the social proof is there. If you go to the, if you go to my video section and you go to this video on my page right here, all the receipts are right there. This video, it's almost at 70,000 views. This one right here, this one. There's almost 2,000 comments, but like half of the comments are me responding because I'm like really invested. So yeah, there's like 1,100 comments. Read those comments. There's some people saying, I really did go live and you're right, my page grew. In vertical mode. I want to emphasize in vertical mode, this mode. Yeah, go live in your whip. Yep. Like, just like people want to see that. Like, they want to see people in motion, like, you know, talking about like different topics. Your videos inspired me to go live and just talk about how jobs have affected my mental. Oh, that's a good one. People are really going, like, that's a really good topic right now. That's a trending topic, actually. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tap in with this 90-minute workout. So wish me luck. I hope you guys have a beautiful, gorgeous day, and we will talk soon. Bye.